All right, welcome or welcome back if this is your first time here on my podcast. My name is Anthony. You can call me AB, Anthony, Goku's father, whatever you would like. Before I start this podcast, I do want to say thank you so much. It almost brought tears to my eyes on how much love I got for the first episode. If you guys haven't checked out that podcast, go check it out. I highly recommend it. It's about checking inventory on yourself. And I want you to keep this in mind. Just like you go train arms, you train legs. You don't do that once a year if you want to grow. Matter of fact, you do it every week. Some people do it twice a week. You have to be consistent on growth. So it's okay to go back and listen to these podcasts over and over and over again. Every time you're in the car or in a workout session, listen to these podcasts. I get the most out of it when I'm listening to these podcasts doing cardio, and I'm doing like 30 minutes of cardio. Pop on the podcast. Sometimes I listen to it over and over again. And guess what? It hits different every time. You know why? The content don't change. The content doesn't change in the audio, but the character change. I change. Especially if you guys start applying these things I'm saying to your life. It's all about conditioning yourself. Conditioning yourself to be better. All right? So with that being said, we're going to talk about some deep shit in this podcast. We're going to talk about the core of everything, what holds everything together. You know what we're going to talk about? Can you guess? We're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about self-love. The thing that holds everything together. You got to love yourself. If I were to ask you, how do you love yourself? Most people wouldn't know what to say. They say the basic shit like, I got my hair cut. Ladies be like, oh, I got my nose done. I get my hair cut. Get my eyebrows waxed. That's what they would say, right? I read a book every now and then. What type of book? Thrones, the Throne book. I don't even know the series, but that's people's go-to. And every time I talk to somebody, I read the Throne book. I think it's that I don't know what it's called. That show. They made a show. You guys know what I'm talking about. Game of Thrones. That's it. The Game of Thrones book. But that's their self-love. Is that really self-love? Is that really how you love yourself? Think about it. I want you guys to really think about it. How do you love yourself? How do you know how to love yourself? How can you even explain how to love yourself? I'm going to say this analogy. All right. So, you guys ever babysit? I believe everybody had at least babysit one time in their life or just watch over somebody, right? It could be a little brother or, you know, if your mom left the house and she said, can you watch your cousin, little brother, whoever? You'd be like, okay. How would you watch him or her? How would you watch your little brother? You'll make sure he doesn't go play with the knives. You'll make sure he's not in the bathroom doing something he's not supposed to be doing. And if it's a baby, you're going to make sure and watch it carefully as it doesn't put anything in his mouth, a toy or object. The baby cough a certain way. You're going to look at the baby like, what's wrong with you, baby? Why the baby coughing like that? You start paying close attention to everything this baby does because you know it's your job to watch over it. My question is, why can't you watch yourself like you watch that baby? Why can't you tell yourself, you don't need this chocolate bar. Get it out your mouth. You don't need to be hanging around with these people. They're bad for you. If you were to watch that little baby, it would be no hesitation to get out immediately. So why can't you do it for yourself? That comes down to self-love. It is very important that we watch and we take care of ourselves. If you know that's not what you're supposed to do, don't do it. That comes down to self-love. How much do you love yourself to care about yourself like that? In today's generation we live in, it's all about validation. It really is. Social media is all about validation. And you know what's crazy? If you find somebody that's not even on social media, most people think that shit's weird. Why doesn't she have a social media? That's weird. That's weird he doesn't have a social media. What? That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Somebody would think like that if somebody's not on social media. Everybody has to be validated these days. That's the new thing. And you guys are not even aware of it. Do you guys realize you guys get dopamine every time you get some type of validation? from somebody? What is the validation, a like, a view on social media? And especially if you're looking forward to a specific person to like or to view whatever you got going on social media. You get a hit of dopamine. That's why you keep on checking it. That's why you keep on coming back to it. It's crazy when people tell me, oh, I'm just posting because I like to show my progress photos. All the girls, that's what they say. I'm just showing my progress photos with my ass in the air. I'm like, really? Yeah, I do it for myself. I'm like, all right. But did you know you can do it for yourself and just leave the photo in your camera roll? You don't have to show everybody. Sometimes it's not even good to show everybody what your progress is. What your progress is. You don't need validation from anybody. Keep your progress to yourself. I think it's better to keep progress to yourself. Not everything needs to be shown. Not everything needs to be validated from other people. What most people do when they wake up in the morning is check their Instagram. That's the first thing they do. They look for the phone on their bed and they open up their Instagram just to see the notification. Who posted what? And they be looking. What does that say about yourself? Let's say if you were to be standing on the outside of your bed in the morning and you're looking over yourself and you're watching yourself scramble for your phone to open up Instagram in the morning just to watch and see what everybody else is doing. You're not even taking care of yourself. You're just watching to see what everybody else is doing. You're going to check who's validating your likes in your post. What does that tell you about yourself? You'll probably want to yell at yourself. Watching your own self do that. You'll probably be wanting to yell, get up, get off the phone. If you were to watch yourself do that first thing in the morning. Get up and take care of yourself. Save Instagram for later. That's what I'll be telling myself. I bet you guys have never done what I'm about to tell you. And I want you to do it. I want you to condition yourself to do it because let me tell you, it makes a world difference once you start taking care of yourself, showing yourself more self-love. So the next time you wake up, don't check your phone. Don't even check the time. Just wake up, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, and tell yourself, I love you. Do that first thing in the morning. Do it every morning. God gives you another day to wake up. And if you don't believe in God, thank whatever you believe in. Self-love is built. No one's really born loving themselves. We don't know how to love ourselves. As a kid, you don't know what the hell is going on. You don't know what colors are what. I used to call blue red when I was little. We didn't know what was going on. You know, as we get older and we start being aware of who we talk to, being aware of how we look, you guys got to understand how you look does come with self-love. If you know something is bad for you and you still do it, that's just no self-love there. If you constantly are eating junk food and you know it's bad for you, you're not loving yourself. Again, the analogy of the baby. If you know that object that baby's going to eat is bad for it, why would you let it eat it? Why can't you watch yourself that same way? Why can't you show self-love to yourself that same way? If you know the relationship you're in is draining you, it's hurting you, why are you still in it? Why can't you love yourself enough to pull yourself out of it? And we all go through hard relationships. Relationships is a hard one to get through. It's a hard obstacle to get through, right? Usually when people understand they have to start working on themselves is when the relationship gets as bad as it can be, the most toxic, right? The most toxic. And then you realize, damn, I got to do something different. And you start looking for options. Most people don't even work on themselves. Most people don't even find their self-love. When you go through a toxic relationship like that, you don't jump into another relationship. You work on yourself. We work on yourself to be better. You got to start knowing how to love yourself. Not relying on anybody, not needing any validation. Let me tell you something. You are so great. You are. Believe me when I say this, you are so great. You have a lot of things to look forward to. A lot of people have these goals. They don't know how to make these goals happen. I'm telling you right now, if you work on yourself, if you focus on yourself, you can reach these goals that you want to. I have talked about reaching goals and how to do that in my first episodes. If you guys want to, listen to that, then listen to that one. I'm not going to talk about that this episode. But you have to keep telling yourself you are great. That comes along with loving yourself. When you wake up every morning, go to the bathroom, go to a mirror nearby and tell yourself, I love you. That's how it starts. You have to start loving yourself. Some people grow up with parents that don't love them. Unfortunately, some people go through that. I had parents that love me, and I love my parents. I do. I love both of them. I love my stepdad as well. They showed me how to be me. I give credit when credit is due. This was not all me. I had other people help me to become who I am today. And I keep those people around. Those are the people you want. The people that help you be better. Yes, you can help yourself be better by picking the people to help you be better. Don't hang around bad people that's not going to help you be better. Understand that. If you want to stop cussing, you can't hang around people that cuss all the time. You have to tell them, hey, man, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm trying to be better. I'm not trying to cuss all the time. I'm not trying to use words like that. I'm trying to work on my cussing as well. That's why I'm not cussing so much this episode, because it's not an attractive thing. I don't think it's an attractive thing. When I'm with a woman, she's like, motherfucker, all day. I'm like, God, where is that mouth? That mouth is loud right now. I'm like, damn, calm that shit down. Like, come on, that's not attractive at all. I don't think that's attractive, And a woman, I think for a guy, she don't want to hear a guy cuss all the time. I mean, it's different settings for that, right? It's different settings for that. It all depends on the settings. But I'm talking about in general. When you're with somebody and you want to work on not using profanity, don't be around that person. Be better. If you know this person is over there eating junk food and we're going to drink tonight, it's freaking Friday night. Yeah. Hey, Joey, you want to come out? You don't have to go out there. Love yourself. Build boundaries. Boundaries come with love. Love come with boundaries. If you don't have boundaries in life, you don't have boundaries for yourself, you're not loving yourself. Think about love. When you think about love, right? If you were to love somebody and they were to love you, wouldn't you want that other person that love you to have boundaries? She's out there at the mall and she's shopping and stuff like that, and you know she loves you, right? And some other guy comes up to her and be like, hey, well, baby, what's up? You looking pretty good today. You want to go out for a drink? You expect that love that she's loving you to come with boundaries. You will want her to have some type of boundaries. Why can't you have that for yourself? She should be like, no, I'm good. She should police her shit. Police her shit. Protect her love for you. When people are in a relationship, that's an investment. They're investing love into each other, right? Knowing I was in a relationship when I had girls come up to me all the time wanting to do things. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I love this woman right here. This woman that's on my screensaver, I love her. I'm not doing that. Boundaries. Have boundaries for yourself. Women, my ladies, have boundaries for yourself. Don't give in to these guys. I know it sucks being alone. It does. At times it sucks being alone. But, being alone, loving yourself, let me tell you, it's worth every bit of it. It's worth every bit of loving yourself. Now, I'm not saying not to be open. You can be open and also love yourself. That's why I mentioned boundaries. I went through a stage in life where I was alone for a long time. I want to say for about a year and a half. I spent the time to myself. I had no friends. I mean, I had acquaintance, I had people I seen, but I decided I needed to work on myself. I had one friend that I created, and it was myself. Become your own friend. Can you even call yourself a friend? Love your company. Do you love your company? It all starts with you understanding yourself, being there for you. You don't need no validation from other people. You don't need somebody to hype you up. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but people rely on that. It's okay to have that. It's great. It's a beautiful thing to have more friends, real friends, right? But you have to become a friend with yourself. And let me tell you something. When you become a friend to yourself, man, no one would want to lose you as a friend because you would know how to be a friend. Your real friends, you will make real friends once you become a friend with yourself. Once you start loving your own company, you will know how to be a friend to somebody else. You would know what boundaries to set with that friend. You would know how to make this person that you would to meet a best friend. That's how best friends become something. I had to learn this process because when I was growing up, I was like, man, I don't have no damn real friends. Where are my real friends at? I had to become a friend with myself. I had to love myself. Same way within a relationship. I had to have a relationship with myself. I had to learn how to love myself before I could love a woman. Before I can really give her my fullness, fully me. There's all types of ways to get better. If it's therapy is great. Therapy's a great thing. I believe everybody needs to go to therapy. There's podcasts. There's so many ways to learn to get better. No one's perfect. No one walks around here perfect. Everybody needs help. It's okay to get help. People think getting help is bad. No, getting help is good. I don't care in what industry you're in. You think LeBron James is just out there no, LeBron James get help. LeBron James spends $1 million just in his health a year. You think he's doing that all himself? No, he's getting help. He's getting help to be the best. You can get help to be your best. That's why I gave credit to my mom and my dad earlier, people that give me help, because I would not be this person I am today. You know? So it's okay to get help. It's okay. People think getting help is, oh, you're not a masculine thing. That's the masculine man. I'm the mom. I laugh at that. I'm like, are you serious? Really? I believe that's where real masculinity comes in. It's okay for a man to ask for help. That has nothing to do with not being masculine. It's okay for women to ask for help. Doesn't mean she's like fucked up mentally. We all have problems. Everybody has problems. Most people have trauma, right? We all go, especially as we get older and we go through relationships, we go through life, we all go through something is what I'm saying. Just know whatever we go through will not break us, because we will know to love ourselves to the point where we cannot be broken. Love yourself to the point you cannot be broken. Where any obstacle can come your way and you can work around it, work through it, be better. Love yourself so much that if something happens in life, you're not going to jump off a bridge. You're going to know you can overcome it. Love yourself so deeply that you know if that relationship is toxic, it's not going to break you. You're going to work on yourself. You're going to vibe with yourself. You're going to understand what you need to do to be better. Love yourself that deep. That comes with being consistent, conditioning yourself. Like I said, wake up every day and start telling yourself you love yourself. Do what you need to do to be better. Start going to the gym. If you know you need to lose weight, lose weight. If you want to learn how to talk to people properly, learn how to talk to people properly. Stop hanging out with those people that use slang words all day as their common language. I can't even hang out with people that be like, oh, cap. Oh, she's capping. Word? Listen, you start to say things when you hang around people that are using those type of words. You are who you hang out with. I'd rather hang out with myself and be alone till I find the right people to hang out with that I feel like, hey, this person is aligned with my goals and who I want to be. Start hanging out with those people. Start talking to those people. You can't rush things you want to last forever. I'm going to say that again. You can't rush things that you want to last forever. That goes for a relationship. That goes for who you are, who you want to be. Be patient. Be patient for that next relationship. Love yourself that deeply to know there is something better out there for you. I hope you guys are not just listening to what I'm saying, but actually taking notes. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, it's okay to listen to these things over and over again. That's how you start conditioning yourself. Start waking up in the morning, telling yourself, I love you. Start taking photos of yourself. Start loving yourself. And if you can do that, I promise you're going to be the happiest person you've ever been. It takes time. It takes time. So don't rush something that you want to last forever. I hope you guys like this podcast. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. If you guys want to start working on yourself and being better, sign up for my Train with Anthony. I do online training and in person. The link is in the description. I got some really good topics for the next podcast. So hopefully you guys stay in tune and share this for whoever needs to hear it. It's your boy AB Anthony. I'm out.